Hey folks, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered if someone in your life might be developing feelings for you but hasn't quite said it outright? Maybe it's in their eyes, their tone, or those little things they say that linger in your mind. Relationships are complex, and understanding someone's feelings can feel like trying to read between the lines of an unwritten book. But what if I told you there are clear signs, hidden in their words, that reveal how they truly feel? Now, let's get real for a second. Love and connection are universal desires. We all crave to be understood, valued, and loved deeply. But it's not always easy to decipher whether someone feels the same way about you. Perhaps you've caught yourself analyzing a conversation over and over again, wondering if that compliment or kind gesture meant something more. Or maybe you've been hurt in the past, and now you question every word and action, afraid of misreading their intentions. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. We all face moments of doubt, especially when it comes to relationships. The truth is, while actions speak louder than words, the things someone says can carry powerful clues about their emotions. Words are a reflection of what's in the heart. And when someone is developing feelings for you, they often let those feelings slip, intentionally or not. In today's video, we're diving deep into the psychology of connection and uncovering the 7 things someone will say when they're falling for you. These aren't just random phrases, they're subtle, meaningful indicators that they're opening up to you in ways they might not even realize. From the way they make you feel safe to their willingness to share vulnerable truths, these signs will help you understand whether their feelings are genuine and growing. Think about it. How often do we overlook or dismiss these small but significant moments? Maybe someone said, "You make everything better." Or perhaps they shared a personal story with the words, "I've never told anyone this before." It's easy to brush these off as polite gestures or friendly remarks, but they often carry a deeper meaning. And when you start to pay attention to these patterns, you'll see that they're not just random. They're intentional windows into their heart. But why does this matter? Because recognizing these signs can give you clarity and confidence in your relationships. It helps you build trust and connection while avoiding unnecessary overthinking or misinterpretation. More importantly, understanding these signals empowers you to navigate your relationships with intention and awareness. 2 core principles of Stoic philosophy. So, if you're ready to discover the 7 key phrases that reveal someone's feelings, stick around. This isn't just about decoding their words, it's about understanding the depth of human connection and how the language of the heart transcends everyday conversation. You won't want to miss this, because what we're about to discuss could change the way you view your relationships forever. All right, folks, let's get into it and uncover these 7 signs together. Number 1, I feel so comfortable around you. Hey folks, let's start with one of the clearest signs someone is developing feelings for you. When they tell you, "I feel so comfortable around you," it might seem like a simple phrase, but trust me, it carries a world of meaning. Think about it. How often do we feel truly comfortable with someone? Not just the kind of comfort where you can share a laugh or make small talk, but the deeper kind, where you can let your guard down and simply be yourself. When someone tells you they feel comfortable around you, it's their way of saying, "I trust you. I feel safe with you." And in a world where so many of us are guarded and afraid of being judged, creating that kind of emotional safety is no small feat. This kind of comfort doesn't happen overnight. It builds over time through shared experiences, honest conversations, and your ability to make them feel accepted just as they are. Maybe it's the way you listen without interrupting, or how you validate their feelings without trying to fix them. Or perhaps it's the way you laugh together about something silly breaking down walls they didn't even realize they had. But why is comfort such a big deal when it comes to developing feelings? Because comfort is the foundation of emotional intimacy. When someone feels comfortable around you, they're more likely to open up and share their thoughts, fears, and dreams. They're letting you into a part of themselves they might not show to others. And that's where feelings begin to grow, through vulnerability and connection. Let's put it into perspective. Imagine you're spending time with someone who always seems tense or guarded. It's hard to feel a genuine connection, right? Now think about the opposite. A person who feels so at ease with you that they can laugh at themselves, share their struggles, or just sit in silence without it feeling awkward. That's the kind of comfort that fosters deep feelings and lasting bonds. Creating this kind of comfort isn't about being perfect or saying all the right things. It's about authenticity. It's about being present in the moment, showing empathy and respecting their boundaries. When they feel that you genuinely care about them, not for what they can offer you, but for who they are, they'll naturally start to let you in. But here's something to keep in mind. Comfort doesn't mean complacency. Just because someone feels comfortable around you doesn't mean you should stop putting effort into the relationship. Comfort is the starting point, not the destination. It's a sign that you're on the right track, but it's up to both of you to nurture that connection. So, how can you tell if this comfort is leading to deeper feelings? Pay attention to the little things. Do they seek you out when they're having a tough day? Do they share things with you that they don't tell anyone else? Do they seem more relaxed and themselves when they're with you? If the answer is yes, chances are they're developing feelings. Before we move on, let me ask you this. Has anyone ever told you, "I feel so comfortable around you"? How did that make you feel? Reflect on those moments because they're often the first step towards something meaningful. If you're finding this helpful, folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support not only helps us grow, but also allows us to keep bringing you insights to deepen your relationships. And remember, we're just getting started. There's so much more to uncover in the next sections, so stay with me. Number 2, I've never told anyone this before. Let's talk about a phrase that carries a lot of weight. I've never told anyone this before. When someone says this to you, it's not just a passing comment. It's a clear signal that they trust you on a deep level and are beginning to see you as someone special. Trust me, folks, this one's a game changer. Think about it. How often do we keep parts of ourselves hidden, even from the people closest to us? It's human nature to guard our vulnerabilities, especially in a world where opening up can sometimes feel risky. But when someone feels safe enough to share a part of themselves they've never revealed before, it shows they're letting down their walls, brick by brick. And the person they're letting in? That's you. This moment is about trust. When someone tells you something they've kept to themselves, it's like they're handing you a key to a locked door in their heart. Maybe they share a childhood memory, a personal fear, or a dream they've never dared to speak out loud. Whatever it is, it's something that matters deeply to them, and sharing it with you is their way of saying, "I feel safe with you. I trust you won't judge me." Let's dig a little deeper into why this matters. Sharing a secret, a fear, or a personal story isn't just about the words being said. It's about connection. It's about creating a bond that goes beyond the surface level. And in the realm of relationships, this is where feelings often begin to take root. When someone feels they can confide in you, it's because they see you as someone who will understand them, someone who won't dismiss their feelings or make them feel small. Now, here's the kicker. How you respond in these moments matters just as much as what they say. When someone opens up to you, they're taking a risk. They're testing the waters to see if you'll accept or reject the part of themselves they're revealing. Your job isn't to fix their problem or provide a solution. It's to listen, to really hear them, to validate their experience by saying things like, "Thank you for trusting me with this," or "That must have been hard to keep to yourself." Let's take a moment to reflect on why this phrase is so powerful. When you hear someone say, "I've never told anyone this before," or it's a reminder that you hold a unique place in their life, it's a sign that they're starting to see you as someone who understands them in a way no one else does. And isn't that what we all crave in our relationships? To feel seen, heard, and valued for who we truly are? But here's the thing, folks. This kind of vulnerability is a two-way street. If you want to deepen your connection with someone, it's important to be open and authentic in return. That doesn't mean you have to spill all your secrets at once, but it does mean showing them that you're willing to meet them halfway. Relationships thrive on mutual trust and understanding. So, how can you tell if someone's feelings are growing based on what they share? Pay attention to the content of their confessions. Are they sharing things that are deeply personal? Or are they simply making small talk? Do they seem nervous or hesitant, as if they're not sure how you'll react? If the answer is yes, it's likely they're testing the waters, trying to gauge how safe it is to let you in. Before we move on, take a moment to think about a time when someone confided in you like this. How did it make you feel? Did it change the way you saw them? And more importantly, how did it affect your relationship? If you're enjoying this journey of uncovering the signs of growing feelings, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Your support means the world and helps us keep delivering content designed to strengthen your relationships. Stay with me, folks. There's plenty more to explore in the next sections. Number 3. You make everything better. Hey folks, let's dive into another powerful phrase that reveals someone might be developing deep feelings for you. You make everything better. At first glance, it might seem like a simple compliment, but if you dig deeper, it's a window into their growing admiration and connection with you. Think about what this phrase really means. It's not just about fixing a bad mood or helping someone through a rough day. It's about the way your presence enhances their life as a whole. When someone says this to you, they're acknowledging how much you matter to them. They're recognizing that, in ways both big and small, you bring light and positivity to their world. Let's break it down. Imagine a day filled with stress, uncertainty, or just plain monotony. Then, you show up maybe with your humor, your kindness, or simply your calming presence, and suddenly, everything shifts. You don't have to say the perfect words or do anything extraordinary. Just being there makes a difference. When they tell you, you make everything better, it's their way of expressing gratitude for how you uplift them without even trying. This phrase often comes from a place of emotional connection. It's not just about what you do, it's about who you are. Perhaps you're the kind of person who listens when they need to vent, offers a fresh perspective when they feel stuck, or simply shares a laugh that eases their tension. These little things might seem insignificant to you, but to them, they're transformative. But why is this phrase so important in the context of developing feelings? Because it signals that they're beginning to associate you with their sense of well-being. In relationships, we're naturally drawn to people who make us feel good about ourselves and our lives. When they realize that you consistently bring positivity and comfort into their world, it's a clear sign that their feelings for you are deepening. Here's a thought. This phrase also reflects admiration. When someone tells you that you make everything better, they're not just talking about what you bring to their life. They're acknowledging the qualities in you that make those moments possible. Your empathy, your resilience, your ability to see the silver lining. These are the things that draw them to you and make them want to stay. Let me give you a quick example. Picture someone who's had a rough day at work. They come home feeling defeated, but then they get a text from you. A simple, thoughtful message that shows you care. Suddenly, their day doesn't feel so heavy anymore. That's the power of making someone's life better, one small moment at a time. But there's more to this than just making them feel good. When someone shares this phrase, it's also an invitation for you to understand your importance in their life. They're saying, "You matter. You bring something unique that I don't find anywhere else." It's a reminder to value your own impact and recognize the role you play in their happiness. Of course, this doesn't mean you need to shoulder the responsibility of always being their source of positivity. Relationships thrive on mutuality, and while it's wonderful to make someone's life better, it's equally important to ensure that they bring the same energy and care into yours. Balance is key. So, how do you respond when someone tells you, "You make everything better"? A simple but heartfelt acknowledgement goes a long way. Say something like, "That means a lot to me," or "I'm glad I can be that for you." These responses not only validate their feelings, but also deepen the connection between you. Before we move on, let me ask, have you ever been told this phrase? If so, how did it make you feel? Reflecting on those moments can help you appreciate the beauty of connection and the impact you have on others. And if you're enjoying this exploration of subtle signs that reveal someone's feelings, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us keep bringing you valuable insights. So thank you for being here. Now, let's keep going. There's so much more to uncover in the next section. Number 4. What's your take on this, hey folks? Let's dive into something subtle yet deeply meaningful. When someone asks you, "What's your take on this?" On the surface, it's just a question, but beneath that simple phrase lies a window into how they feel about you and the role you play in their life. Trust me, this seemingly casual question carries a lot of weight when someone is developing feelings for you. When someone genuinely values your opinion, it's because they see you as a trusted voice in their life. They're not just asking for the sake of making conversation. They're inviting you into their world, wanting to know how you see things, and, most importantly, showing that your perspective matters. This is a clear sign that they respect you, admire you, and possibly even see you as someone they want to grow closer to. Think about it. How often do you ask for advice or an opinion from someone you don't trust or respect? Rarely, if ever. When someone turns to you with questions about their challenges, decisions, or even casual thoughts, it's because they see you as someone who can provide meaningful insight. This isn't just about the question, it's about the connection they're trying to build with you. Let's unpack this a bit. Asking, "What's your take on this?" is more than a simple inquiry. It's an act of vulnerability. It's their way of admitting, "I don't have all the answers, but I value what you think." This willingness to open up and seek your perspective is a form of trust. It's their way of letting you know that your thoughts and feelings carry weight in their life. And that trust is one of the first stepping stones toward emotional intimacy. Here's another layer to consider. This phrase often reflects admiration. They're not just seeking advice, they're seeking your advice. That distinction matters. It means they respect how you approach problems, appreciate your insight, and trust your judgment. Whether it's a tough decision at work, a personal dilemma, or even something as simple as what to watch on Netflix, your take is something they genuinely want to hear. Let's imagine a scenario. They're dealing with a conflict at work and say, "I don't know how to handle this. What would you do in my shoes?" Or maybe they're planning something special and ask, "What's your opinion on this idea?" These moments might seem minor, but they're actually profound. They're showing you that your thoughts and feelings are part of their decision-making process. And that's not something they do for just anyone. Here's an important point to keep in mind. When they ask for your take, they're also testing the waters. They want to see how you respond, how you engage, and whether you take them seriously. Your response can either deepen the connection or create distance. So, take the time to listen carefully and respond thoughtfully. Even if you don't have all the answers, the fact that you're engaging genuinely will mean a lot to them. This question also sets the stage for collaboration. It's an invitation to build a deeper bond by sharing ideas, discussing values, and finding common ground. Relationships thrive on this kind of mutual respect and understanding. When someone asks for your opinion, they're not just seeking validation, they're looking for connection. Let's take it a step further. This phrase often appears when someone is grappling with something important to them. By asking for your perspective, they're including you in their emotional world. They're saying, "This matters to me, and so do you." That's a powerful statement, even if it's unspoken. But remember, folks, this kind of exchange is a two-way street. If you want to deepen the connection, it's important to be equally open and authentic. Share your thoughts honestly, but also be willing to ask for their take in return. This reciprocity creates a sense of partnership and mutual respect, which is the foundation of any strong relationship. So, how do you know if this phrase signals deeper feelings? Pay attention to the context and their tone. Are they seeking your opinion on something personal or meaningful? Do they seem genuinely interested in your response? If the answer is yes, it's a strong sign that they value your presence in their life and see you as someone they can trust. Before we move on, let me ask you this. Have you ever had someone turn to you and ask for your opinion in a way that made you feel truly valued? How did it change your view of the relationship? Reflecting on these moments can help you recognize when someone is reaching out to deepen their connection with you. And if you're finding these insights helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support helps us continue creating content that enriches your relationships and your life. Stay with me, folks. There's so much more to explore in the next sections. Number 5, this reminded me of you. Hey folks, let's talk about one of the sweetest and most telling things someone can say when they're developing feelings for you. This reminded me of you. At first glance, it might seem like a casual comment, but don't let its simplicity fool you. This phrase holds a world of meaning and is a clear indicator that you're on their mind more often than you realize. When someone says, "This reminded me of you," it's a glimpse into their inner world, a sign that you've become part of their thoughts, even when you're not around. It's not just about the thing they're referencing, whether it's a song, a joke, or a scene from a movie. It's about the emotional connection they're building with you. When something triggers a memory or a feeling tied to you, it shows that you hold a special place in their heart. Think about how this phrase works in real-life scenarios. Maybe they send you a picture of a book they saw at a store, saying, "This reminded me of our conversation about philosophy." Or perhaps they send you a song link with the message, "This feels like something you'd love." These moments are small but significant because they show they're paying attention to who you are, your likes, your personality, and the unique qualities that make you, you. What's fascinating about this phrase is that it reveals how much they value the time you've spent together. When someone is reminded of you, it's often because they're replaying moments in their mind, cherishing the connection you've shared. It's their way of saying, "You've made an impression on me, and I'm carrying a piece of you with me as I go about my day." But let's dig deeper into why this phrase is so powerful. It's not just about memories. It's about the emotions tied to those memories. When someone associates you with something meaningful, it creates a positive feedback loop in their mind. They're not just remembering you, they're remembering how you made them feel. And if those feelings are warm, joyful, or comforting, it's a strong sign that their affection for you is growing. Here's another layer to consider. This reminded me of you is also a way of staying connected. It's their way of reaching out, of bridging the gap between you when you're apart. By sharing something that made them think of you, they're inviting you into their world, even from a distance. It's a subtle but meaningful way of saying, "You matter to me, and I want you to know that." And let's break down how you can respond when someone says this to you. The key is to show appreciation and reciprocate the sentiment. A simple response like, "That means a lot," or "I love that you thought of me," can deepen the connection and encourage them to keep sharing these moments with you. And if you can, share something that reminded you of them. 2. This mutual exchange strengthens the bond between you and shows that you're just as invested in the relationship as they are. But here's the thing, folks. This phrase is also an invitation to explore the deeper meaning behind their feelings. When they say, "This reminded me of you," ask yourself, what does this tell you about how they see you? Are they focusing on your shared interests, your personality traits, or the emotional impact you've had on their life? These clues can help you understand the depth of their feelings and the unique role you play in their world. Now, let's reflect on why this phrase matters so much in relationships. It's not just about the moment itself. It's about the pattern it reveals. When someone consistently shares things that remind them of you, it's a sign that you're becoming a significant part of their emotional landscape. They're not just thinking about you occasionally, they're integrating you into their everyday life, piece by piece. So, folks, let me ask you this. Has anyone ever said this to you? If so, how did it make you feel? And how did it change the way you saw your connection with them? These moments, though seemingly small, often carry the seeds of deeper relationships. If you've enjoyed unpacking the layers of meaning behind this phrase, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Your support means the world and helps us continue bringing you insights that strengthen your connections. Stick with me. We've got even more to uncover in the next section. Number 6. I'm here for you anytime. Hey folks, let's talk about one of the most reassuring and meaningful phrases someone can say when they're developing feelings for you. I'm here for you anytime. At first, it might sound like a simple statement of support, but there's so much more to unpack. When someone says this to you, it's not just about being there in a moment. It's about establishing trust, showing care, and building a connection that feels safe and dependable. When someone genuinely tells you, "I'm here for you anytime," it reflects their desire to be part of your life in a meaningful way. It's an open invitation for you to lean on them, confide in them, and feel supported without judgment or conditions. This is especially significant because it signals that they see you as someone worth investing their time and energy in, even during difficult moments. Think about it. In today's fast-paced world, time is one of the most valuable things we can offer. When they say they're there for you anytime, it means they're willing to prioritize you, to carve out space in their life for you. This isn't something people say lightly. It's a testament to how much they value you and your presence in their world. Now, let's break this phrase down a bit more. I'm here for you anytime also communicates emotional availability. They're not just saying they'll help you move furniture or run errands. They're offering their emotional presence. This could mean being a shoulder to cry on, listening when you need to vent, or simply being there to share in your joys and victories. It's a way of saying, your emotions matter to me, and I want to be part of your journey. Here's another important aspect. This phrase builds trust. Relationships thrive on a foundation of reliability, and when someone makes themselves available to you in this way, it sends a powerful message. You can count on me. This consistency helps to create a safe space where you feel comfortable being yourself, knowing that you won't be judged or abandoned when things get tough. Let's dive into an example. Imagine you're going through a rough patch. Maybe work has been stressful, or you're dealing with a personal challenge. They notice your struggle and say, "I'm here for you anytime. If you need to talk or just need someone to be there, let me know." In that moment, you're not just hearing words. You're feeling their commitment to supporting you through thick and thin. But it's not just about being there in tough times. This phrase is equally meaningful in moments of joy and celebration. When someone says, "I'm here for you anytime," they're also saying they want to share in your happiness, your achievements, and the little moments that make life beautiful. It's a way of saying, "I want to be part of your highs and your lows." However, let's not overlook the subtle vulnerability in this phrase. When someone offers their support unconditionally, they're also taking a risk. They're opening themselves up to the possibility of being needed, of being leaned on, and even of being hurt. This willingness to be emotionally present for you speaks volumes about their feelings and their desire to build a deeper connection. So, how should you respond when someone says this to you? The best way to honor their gesture is to acknowledge it and show gratitude. A heartfelt response like, "That means so much to me," or "I really appreciate knowing you're there," reinforces the bond you're building. And if the moment feels right, reciprocate the sentiment. Let them know that you're also there for them, creating a sense of mutual support. Here's an interesting thought. This phrase often appears as a response to vulnerability. If you've opened up about something personal or shared a moment of struggle, their reassurance is their way of saying, "You don't have to face this alone." It's their way of telling you that they're willing to walk alongside you, no matter what lies ahead. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on why this phrase matters so much. It's not just about the words themselves, it's about the intention behind them. When someone tells you, "I'm here for you anytime," they're expressing care, commitment, and a deepening emotional bond. It's a reminder that relationships are built on trust, support, and the willingness to show up for one another. So, folks, let me ask you, has anyone ever said this to you? How did it make you feel? And how did it impact your connection with them? Moments like these often mark the beginning of something truly special. If you're enjoying this exploration of the subtle signs of deepening feelings, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you valuable insights into relationships and human connection. Stay with me. We've got one more powerful phrase to unpack in the next section. Number 7, I feel like I can be myself with you. Hey folks, let's dive into one of the most meaningful phrases someone can say when they're developing deep feelings for you. I feel like I can be myself with you. At first glance, it might seem like a simple statement, but the depth of its significance is undeniable. When someone says this, they're expressing not only their comfort with you, but also their trust, vulnerability, and the unique bond they feel in your presence. Think about what it means to truly be yourself with someone. In a world where we're often pressured to wear masks, whether at work, in social circles, or even within our families, it's rare and precious to find someone with whom you can let your guard down. When someone feels this way about you, it means you've created a space where they feel safe, accepted, and free to show their authentic self. Let's break this down further. I feel like I can be myself with you is a statement of trust. It says, I don't have to hide who I am because I know you won't judge me. This level of trust doesn't come easily. It's built over time through genuine interactions, emotional openness, and mutual respect. If someone feels this way about you, it's a sign that they see you as a safe haven in their life. But it's not just about trust. It's also about acceptance. When they say they can be themselves with you, they're acknowledging that you accept them for who they are, flaws and all. This is a powerful thing, because so many people go through life feeling like they have to prove themselves or fit into certain expectations. Your acceptance gives them the freedom to let go of those pressures and just be. This phrase also reflects a deeper emotional connection. When someone feels comfortable enough to be themselves around you, it's because they feel understood on a profound level. They don't need to explain themselves, defend their actions, or put on a performance. With you, they feel seen, heard, and valued for who they truly are. That kind of connection is rare and speaks volumes about the bond you're building. Let's consider an example. Imagine someone sharing a quirky hobby or an unusual interest with you, something they might not feel comfortable revealing to others. Maybe they love collecting vintage records, trying obscure recipes, or reading niche science fiction novels. When they open up to you about these personal aspects of their life, it's their way of saying, "I trust you enough to show you the real me." Here's another layer to this phrase. It often comes with vulnerability. Being yourself with someone means showing parts of yourself that might not always be perfect. It could be admitting fears, sharing insecurities, or revealing dreams that feel too big to say out loud. When they feel safe enough to do this with you, it's a testament to the emotional safety you provide. But there's a flip side to this phrase that's equally important. It's also a reflection of how you show up in the relationship. When someone feels like they can be themselves with you, it's often because you're showing them the same vulnerability and authenticity. You're not pretending to be perfect or trying to impress them with a facade. You're being real, and that inspires them to do the same. Let's not underestimate how rare this feeling is. Many people go through life longing for relationships where they can truly be themselves. When someone tells you that you've created that space for them, it's a profound compliment. It means you've made them feel valued, appreciated, and understood in a way that's not easy to find. So, how do you respond when someone says this to you? The best way is to honor their vulnerability with your own. Let them know that you appreciate their openness and that you feel the same way about them. A response like, "I love that you feel comfortable being yourself with me," can strengthen the bond and show that the connection is mutual. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the beauty of this phrase. "I feel like I can be myself with you" is more than just words. It's a window into how deeply someone values the connection you share. It's a reminder that true relationships are built on trust, acceptance, and the freedom to be authentic. Think back to your own experiences. Have you ever felt this way about someone? Or has someone said this to you? If so, you know just how special and transformative it can be. This feeling is at the heart of what makes relationships meaningful and lasting. Thank you for spending your time with me today, Stoic friends. I hope this video has given you valuable insights into the subtle ways people show their feelings and how to recognize these signs in your own relationships. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of wisdom and connection. And remember, the way people make us feel says so much about the bond we share. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.